for tuning into Mirror Now. You're watching Investors Guide. I'm Avni Raja. On this show, we make personal finance simple. We help you understand how best you can manage your money. We've been going over the basic concepts of financial planning, but today we're going to talk about an extremely important topic, which is systematic investment plans. It's a way of investing, making investments. It's a vehicle that makes it simple for you. But what is it? How does it work? And how does it benefit you? All of that. We have Feroz Aziz joining me on the show today. Feroz, thank you so much for joining us. And I think today's topic is extremely important, especially given the uncertain times we are in. It's sort of one way to help reduce uncertainty when it comes to your investments. So let's start with explaining what really is an SIP or a systematic investment plan.
Obviously, very important topic because this is the next big step in investing journey an individual takes. So systematic investment plan, as the name implies, systematically investing into a mutual fund on a regular frequency. At a regular frequency, could be weekly, monthly, quarterly. This process of systematically committing your future income to an equity mutual fund or a debt mutual fund is called systematic investment plan, and is abbreviated as SIP, which is the more commonly used nomenclature to describe it.
Okay. Now, Feroz, the question also is, another question important to answer is, what are the benefits of an SIP? Because especially for new investors, people who may not have that much experience or who are just beginning their investing journey, if you can take us through what the benefits of SIPs are.
Avni, there are several benefits of an SIP. I think you've given me a cue. To a new investor, it is very pocket friendly. SIPs could be as little as a commitment of 500 to 1,000 rupees on a monthly basis. So it's as pocket friendly as it could get. In the current environment, 500,000 rupees is not a very large amount. So it's pocket friendly, one. Benefit number two is you will not have to be too worried of where the market is headed or where it is today. So market timing is not as crucial in an SIP, because you've broken your investment into tiny components, so your dependency on the market falls down considerably. So second benefit is no need for market timing. Third, there's a concept called power of compounding. Power of compounding is the third benefit, which implies it grows and the growth also grows, by which I mean you earn last year and you also earn on the income of last year. That's called power of compounding. Interest on the interest of the previous period. So it benefits from power of compounding. Third, fourth, it helps you get discipline in your life. What happens is a systematic investment plan gets you to commit your future income. So there's a discipline which is very crucial, which as a SIP is very capable of bringing in your life. If I have to name a couple of more, the sixth benefit is the flexibility. You can change the date. You can stop it for a few months, like in a pandemic when you don't have certainty of your job. You may want to stop it for a couple of months. So there's immense flexibility, which is the fifth benefit. And sixth benefit, which is a technical concept called rupee cost averaging, which means you buy more when the prices are less, and you buy less when the prices are more. This helps you buy more units of the fund when the NAV or the value of the mutual fund is down, and vice versa. This is called rupee cost averaging. So I've laid down 6 benefits amongst the numerous which come to my mind.
Right. Now, Feroz, the power of compounding is something that's also extremely important to understand, and I want to illustrate that with a few examples. But before we get to that, if you can also take us through how does one sort of assess how much one needs to start investing into SIPs, calculating you're keeping in mind your goals and the time horizon for those goals. So what is that process that one should follow?
So I'll break this answer into two. One is step-by-step process, and then I'll give you some thumb rules. Firstly, if you have to figure out how much to invest to achieve a goal, you have to step one, quantify it. Quantify it. Let's assume you need 5 lakhs if the goal was supposed to be today. Step two is try and find out what will be the value needed when the goal will be knocking on your door. Let's assume it is 10 years from now. So 5 lakhs wouldn't be sufficient. 10 lakhs would be needed if it's 10 years from now. So value of the goal today, value of the goal at the time when the goal is supposed to be met. Step three, use a SIP calculator, which is very easily available on the internet, to compute, backward calculate your monthly requirement of investment to achieve that goal at a 12% growth rate.
Right. So of course, that is, very simple way to sort of understand how much you perhaps need to keep aside. Now, Feroze, the other point here, just to sort of reiterate the importance of the power of compounding, we have some illustrations or some examples up on the screens for our viewers as well. So if you invest, for example, 1,000 rupees a month at the rate of 12% for a period of 10 years, you end up with 2 lakh rupees. And now that same 1,000 rupees for 30 years at 12% will give you as much as 35 lakh rupees. And just to add another layer to this to explain how that can really improve and increase, if you put aside 5,000 rupees a month at 12% for a period of 30 years, you're going to end up with 1.75 crore. Now, Feroze, these kind of, this example really shows you how even a small amount, if invested over a long period of time, even at a modest interest rate or a modest return, can really, sum up to a big amount.
Yes, Avni, I think it clearly exhibits. The power of compounding is clearly exhibited with the elongated time frame. So the concept of earning on your past earning, which is also called the eighth wonder of the world in the finance world, I think has to be on your side. And for that to be on your side, you will have to remember things, give it time, and be disciplined and consistent. That is when this whole concept of power of compounding will be in your favor as against yours.
All right, Feroze, thank you so much for joining us with all of that perspective and all of that guidance. That's all the time we have on this episode. But on the next episode, we're going to talk about unit-linked insurance plans or ULIPs as they're popularly called, whether it's a good idea or should you be combining insurance and investments. All of those questions Feroze will be answering for us on the next episode. Until then, thanks so much for watching.